Right, can we play now? Can we get going? What did you just do?
What?
Can we just go? What did you just do to him? Did you time him out?
No, he spammed caps. So now it was like, don't caps, mate.
I'd like to get going.
I'm ready, whenever.
Right, okay. You ready, Josh? Josh.
Yeah, I suppose I'm ready.
It's just still not even streaming. I'm gonna refresh.
It's recording anyway, so if it comes back on later, it's right.
Yeah. But I'll find out. It's coming up with an ad. Because, oh no, it says live in top corner.
Right, okay, thanks. Right.
Who's reading first then?
I don't know.
I can't be sure, because I didn't read any of the last one, did I?
I think freaking Josh should be first, considering he actually found this.
Yeah, it's your fan
Close,
thing.
I didn't read any of the other one, so.
For the record, I've had non-involvement in this, so there's going to be...
Yeah,
like,
and same here. If any of what you're about to see goes against any fucking things, then I'm sorry, it is not mine. So, right, okay.
It's rated teen, so it can't be that bad.
Joe, take it away.
Ha! I laughed out loud in my moist, yeah.
I thought that was the start of it.
Ha! I laughed out loud. My voice disturbing my co-workers. I don't really give a rat's ass. I've slogged all day in and out to get this project done on time, and this is what I get. You're firing me for completing my job. Mr. Smith, these are hard times, and we feel that I didn't let him finish. That I'm expendable, we had a vote. You were the least wanted person. Your antisocial behaviour has caused quite a stir in the workplace. Essentially, you're creating a very difficult environment for your peers. Therefore, we're asking you to leave because even if you're good at what you do, making the workplace difficult for your peers is out of the question. The balding man replied, well, it's nice to know he's bold. I had to admit, the man was keeping his cool under his pressure. I could tell that he hated the thought of losing me, but creating a bad work environment meant that he'd probably lose more people, and I understood the situation. In the back of my mind, I still wanted to strangle him. The company has been milking my brilliance for months. I've done almost everything the company could ever hope to achieve, and I did it for a salary that would make a nun weep.
Joe, what we'll do is we're going to read like a whole page each, so that's the end of yours. We're going to do like a whole side. When it gets to the end on my screen, I'll let you know, right?
Right.
Yours is over. I'll read now. So, what the fuck? I read that wrong. I missed the comma. I missed the comma out. Right, work my way up. My arse. This was bullshit. My first thought was to damage the guy's face. Anger, you see. Needed to redirect it their way. Right. Well, that doesn't make sense. If I hit him, I most likely end up in jail for assault. If these arseholes wanted to mess with me, I wanted to make sure they'd regret it in every way possible. Fine, I'll pack my things, I'll finish here today, and then I'll use the rest of my vacation and leave. I looked at the balding man, lol. That okay with you? He nodded, stood up, walked out of my cubicle. I could see the sweat dripping off the back of his head. Packing my things, I purposely did it as slow as I could in the lane, waiting until I was the last one in the building. When I was confident there was no others around, I briskly walked in to the IT head desk and proceeded to open every damn drawer. Nothing. Were they smarter than I thought? No, no way they would be. Walking over to the administrator's desk, I shook his mouse. The fat bastard did not have
That is Spider.
Right, wait. Oh yeah, do you remember him? Oh god,
he's a fucking cunt.
I love him.
He got mad because I downloaded Google Chrome.
Right, anyway, oh yeah, because you can apparently get viruses, but anyway.
Yeah,
Opening up his email application. I found the password I needed. Then, using my credit card, oh what a bad boy, I snuck into the balding man's office. I moved the mouse and was prompted to enter a password. Now the only way I can make this work was to access the computer as my boss. So logging off and logging back in as him was out of the question. Still, no matter what I typed, the password was wrong. Then just out of curiosity, I opened this top drawer in order to get a clue. And to my pleasant surprise, there it was on a yellow-green post-it. His password. What an idiot! Right. Okay. Josh, it's your turn.
Okay. Oh wait, Joe, you kind of getting like a lot of echo.
Yeah, I know. It's annoying.
Alright, you fucking don't want me to take it away.
Oh.
I bet my mic's become less sensitive again, because that's what
No,
all
Dan,
different
I
things
currently got 30 FPS, so...
Yeah, you'll be echoing for a second, let me just sort out my thing. But it's probably like... made itself less sensitive. Right, it should be fine now.
Which line are we up to?
It did not take me long to transfer.
Alright,
It's like 2 pages down. Right, on my screen, because I've got that.
Yeah, if you do like page down twice.
No, alright, I'll look on your screen. So.
What, on the stream?
Yeah, I'm looking on the stream, wrong.
Alright, okay. Can you read it through that?
Right. I'll screw it, I'll just read it through stream. It did not take...
Did I move it?
Yeah, it's still there for me.
It's back now anyway, so it should be gone in a sec.
Ah, there we go, I found the page. It did not take me long to transfer the huge of various notable organisations where I've loved to all, but I didn't want to go to jail and be someone's bitch.
Who doesn't
Wow.
want to be?
Yeah, that's a good question. At least this way, he would be able to get the money back without looking like... without looking like he's... What it means, stingy asshole.
Alright.
Looking up, I felt... looking up, I left the building feeling rather good about myself. Revenge has never tasted so sweet. John, a voice...
Oh, that throwback tasted so sweet.
No. No.
No, of flashbacks. Of flashbacks.
Ah!
It's odd that people on the video won't know what that means. I whipped around and got into a... Nah. Here's that. It sounds... It was Raj. I don't know how you say his name.
Raj, yeah, however you-
Raj. My only friend.
Ah, what a fucking loner! Sorry, God.
I hate it. I calling him that.
Just a
So
fucking
funny.
weed.
So funny, he was the only human I didn't mind being there for longer than 10 minutes.
That's pretty much me with anyone I
That's
like.
me. That is me.
Shit, Rad, you scared the shit out of me. I turned to unlock the door to my car. What are you doing here so late? John, I'm in an emergency contact. John, I'm the emergency contact in this case. If something happens. English skills are off today. Something just happened. Did you just donate over $30,000 from your boss's personal account? He looked at me and tears in his eyes. I was really crying.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I don't really regret it. You're feeling remorse, Raj asked. Remorse? Ha, you wish. I sat down in my car seat. Why would I feel
That's the end of
remorse?
yours.
Right.
I'll start from there. Because what you did was wrong, John. Completely wrong. You can't do that. Anon. Lol. Sorry.
Fuck off. Fuck off with your anon shit. Fucking weeaboo trash.
Throwback.
No.
Looking into the puddle. Anyway, cry me a river. Putting my key into the ignition. Oh god, is that a... What's it called? I don't know, I'm fucking my head hurts. I started the engine. John, this is serious. You could go to jail for this, Anon.
No, stop. It's not necessary.
It's necessary, yeah, obviously. The only way I'd go to jail is if you told anyone I was here. I said no one else will know. We have security cameras all over the place. What a fucking weirdo. John, everyone will know it was you by morning. Why did you do it? I just can't understand, Anon.
Stop. Like, legit, just stop. You're giving me memories and I'm not crazy at them.
It's just funny though. That pissed me off. Raj was always like this.
This is fucking me. I'm pretty sure this guy should be called Joe. This is me.
Right. His kindness was weak. I got out of the car and did the only thing I could think of. He had a wank. I punched his face off. Stop being such a fucking pussy, Raj. Be a man, grow a pair, that's what I say. Raj wiped his cheek from where I had put the puddle of...
Just fucking read it!
Where I had hit it. He looked up at me. Those eyes, they weren't the same as before. They were definitely different. Are they gonna have a gay relationship? Oh, come on! Joe, I can't read this if they're gay. I will physically...
No, it's fucking...
I will be sick.
When you see, like, a feeling in someone's eyes, tell us what's going on.
Fella, you're making yourself look bad.
Like, but you can, like, you can tell someone's angry
Before
by
they
looking
were
at their eyes
sad,
sometimes.
Shut up! Before they
So
were...
fucking learn.
Before they were sad, disappointed. Now I saw something else. And it pissed me off more than anything else I could ever imagine. Pity. Raj actually pitied me. I don't need this. I don't need his pity. I don't need anyone's fucking pity. I kicked him right in the jaw. Piece of shit. Right, okay,
Kick.
Joe,
Really?
it's failed ninja. That's
To be fair, that's a pretty dick move, kicking someone
right,
while they're
okay.
down.
So Raj rubbed his face. That's your line, Joe.
Raj rubbed his face and spat out some blood. I'm going to give you an hour, John. I'm going to give you an hour, John. To that, I'm going to call the police. He didn't even bother looking at me. Goodbye, John. A part of me thought about killing him, but something stopped me. Going to jail for a couple of years is one thing, but going to jail for a few decades or worse was another. It was time to bargain. 2. Give me 2 hours. Fine, he barked. Just go. Get out of here before I change my mind. He did not need to tell me twice. As I drove off, I looked into my rearview mirror. He was staring after my car. I wanted to laugh at him, to tell him what a moron he was, but something inside my chest felt weird, a strange empty feeling. I could not describe it. So I did my best to ignore the feeling as I turned at the corner away from that stupid piece of shit company. It took me just under 1 hour to get home. My shitty studio apartment was above a shitty Chinese restaurant where the owner had sex with 4 ugly staff. It was probably illegal, so I could pay extra for him.
That is me! This guy is me! All over!
I banged the wall. Keep it down in there. I'm trying to concentrate. I heard laughing.
He banged the wall, kinky bastard.
Then I heard something in Chinese before grunting and moaning became louder. Whatever, it's not like I'm sticking around anyway.
Right, that's mine now. That's Josh's now, sorry. From packing everything.
Packing everything I owned, including my laptop into my bag. I shoved all papers into a ledge.
That's a good thing though.
Yeah, I shoved all my papers into a large plastic gouge bag then. Need to scrub the shit out of the studio. No evidence. Then I closed up the door, breaking the key in the hole. The humping noises were escalating now. It almost sounds like a cat being drowned. I couldn't help but laugh.
Right, Joe, you can't say R1 was fucking bad. Shut the fuck
some
up.
Fucking random woman. It's not weird about shit, is it?
It wasn't.
It's not. I know. Lick my puddle, please.
Okay, I can get on with reading this. Outside the rain had started. To come down hard. Across the street I saw an old bum warming his hands by an old bell fire. Walking over, I dumped my plastic bag of papers inside the one looked at quiet. I roasted to life a lot bigger than before he thanked me. I gave him a finger to him to get a job and fuck off. It's like Blackburn this.
That is me all over.
No, it's like Blackburn this. Homeless people everywhere. As one does
to homeless people.
You ought to be glad that I was in a hurry and did not have time to get the shit out of him. This guy is got problems. Because I would have. No, probably not. Why did I feel so angry? Jumping into my car, I sped off as fast as I could towards the outskirts of the city. 2 hours had gone now. If Rad was the man of his word, which he was, the police would have been called by now. The police in the squad cars over to my place. Part of wished that they'd catch the Chinese. Oh, but he's going at it. Poetic justice. Something. My pocket shoved. Oh, is it my line? Oh, pocket. Look, my cell phone. I checked the number.
She used to call me on my cell phone. Sorry.
That's a terrible song. It was not in my calls list or anything, but I was curious. I answered it. Hello, hello.
No. This is mine now. Stop stealing my fucking lines, you little thief.
Fuck off.
My name is Detective Mason. Kinky. We would like to ask you a few questions regarding some unauthorized cash transfers. What the fuck? I can't read. He said a bunch of shit that I didn't care about before coming to the point. Oh god, kinky bastard. I let him talk. The more he talked, the further away I got. We would like to see you down at the station. Kinky. Come tomorrow morning. Sorry. It's raining and wet now. Flashbacks. I lied and he knew I lied. But he had to play the game. I'm sure you could just drive over in your car. I'm sure I could, but I won't. I said I'd come tomorrow. The night hung up. I had to ditch the car, drive into a closed gas station. I drove around the back, and then took out one of my old socks. What the fuck? And put it into the gas intake and let it soak for a moment before lighting it with the cigarette lighter from my car. Then I ran as fast as I could, all the while expecting to hear a resounding explosion. Nothing. There was a tiny one, much like a violent fart. Then the car had farted into flames. I'm a child. And the rain helped keep the glow to a minimum. Great. Now that was out of the way, I needed to get further away from the city. Trekking through the woods, I felt good about myself, a little smug. I had burned all evidence of my existence, destroyed my car for fun, full of logs, and was now making my way through the woods with the police force lagging behind me. Perhaps it was foolish, I might have been able to get away with a few months in prison, but I did not care. This rush, this feeling, I loved it, plus I was fast. Running through the woods just felt so natural. Right, who is it now? Is it you, Joe?
Me.
Yeah.
Where the fuck am I looking?
I
had it and it's fucking on.
Alright.
Then something strange happened. As I walked through the trees, I felt a sudden pop. It was a strange sensation, as if you walked into a wall of air and it broke. Whatever the case, I pushed my way through the wall of something that seemed to shut behind me. That left me both confused and feeling rather strange. The rain was much harder now and it pelted down violently. Seeking shelter, I looked to what looked like a large cave, woods and caves. Something about this cave scared me. Perhaps it was the belief that a bear might be living in there, but common sense took over. A bear this close to the city, right, convincing myself that getting sick and caught was far worse than maybe getting mauled by a bear that may have lived there. Now, how I had arrived to that conclusion eluded me, but I ventured deeper inside. As soon as I did, something under me gave way, and I felt that I was falling. I fell, and I fell, and I fell, and then I fell some more.
I think you fell.
So do I. My stomach was in my throat, and my throat was hoarse from all the shots.
Kinky!
How's that kinky at all? The rush of the wind past my ears was ning, and after a while as I felt tired and exhausted, what was happening to me? I blacked out, I think, I'm not too sure. Snapping awake, I found myself on the ground with my back against what felt like a wall. Opposite to me was this really ugly old hag. She was mixing something strange. She looked vaguely familiar. Where had I seen her before? She turned around and I heard myself scream. Yes, I screamed like a little girl. You would too if you saw what I had seen. What was this? A cruel joke? Did I die and get sent to hell or something? This old bitch standing me was the witch from that stupid kid's show. You know, the one about the 7 dwarfs.
That's it,
what
that's yours. That's yours, finished.
I said hello!
Right, it's Josh now, but I'm going to have a quick piss, so yeah, I'll be. Just 1 second.
See, this could be a lot worse than it was the other one. But it's not. This is better. What
Yeah,
the
I think
fuck?
it is.
Is it only me, or is my page bigger than Brad's? Because when Brad's at the bottom of Brad's page now, it's fan. Mine's not there.
Oh yeah, man. What the bottom of my page is found.
Fan's like fucking halfway up there for me. What's like the resolution of your screen?
Oh, I have no idea.
So I have mine on 1080 by 1920, so
I think I have one on 1080 or something.
probably will be that. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's your Chrome. Your Chrome might be a bit zoomed in or something.
I'm back.
Or mine might be zoomed out. Fuck knows.
Right.
No, my zoom is on 100%. So
Where was
Wait,
she up to?
the old woman turned around.
Right, okay, Josh, there you go.
The old woman turned around, so you're away. No shit, am I dead? Did I die? No. Why are you? I can't say it. If she said it, that I was then a what? A cartoon. Why you a cartoon? She was. Or she was not real. Because getting nothing thought it was real. She's living. Was a living, breathing cartoon. Am I high? Did I inhale poisonous bit?
Groovy, bro. Groovy.
Does not give. I was a castle. I was a castle.
It was a castle.
Or a keep.
Oh, it was a castle.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It was a castle or a keep. Strange. What the hell had happened? I know, Mr. Smith. You see, I've been watching you somewhat. As to why I look like this, but there's a good explanation that, well, voice different, expected, standing seamless change. Nice. You see, on your world, everyone seems to have found for themselves a friend, so to speak. Who have no calling it, nobody.
Oh, no pony.
Some might just form new friendships with as pets or objectives. You're different. You got no one and nothing. You are a strange man, Mr. Smith. Wait. You've been spying on me. How? What? When? Huh? I was confused. A little bit flattered. Stalker. I had a stalker. Oh, that's the end.
Hang on, what was the last few words of yours?
A stalker.
Stalker. I had a stalker.
Where am I? Oh,
Is
yeah,
that one
there,
line
there.
down?
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. I'll see it. Right, let me just run this. Right,
Am I still
don't
reading?
worry your little head about it. You see, I'm not human. You can tell, can't you? But even this form is somewhat of a lie. You see, my dear human, I'm a changeling? Is it?
Changeling, I think.
A what? A changeling.
Changeling, I think.
Yeah, I know. I'm reading it. It says a what?
No, you fucking not, boy.
It says a what? That's what I said. I
No,
said
you
my line.
I think you should just fuck off and suck my ass.
Yes, please. Right. I can change my body into anything I want. Pinky. Well, almost anything. I cannot seem to morph into your, shall we say, colours. Racist! Racist! They are too difficult for me. It seems racist again. Bullshit. Changeling. You expect me to believe she changed her shape? She's probably fat now. Holy shit! I believe you. What's going on? What is happening to me? I smacked myself. Ouch, what a kinky bitch! She laughed. She was now some black horse like, what the fuck? With vampire-like teeth, oh my god. Right, I was on the verge of shitting my pants. You can't say ours was bad! I'm going to...
What? I don't understand your logic.
Arsenal...
No. City my puddles. It's not as bad as that. Lick my puddles, please. How does it taste, Anon?
Sweet. I remember poor Josh sat there when his sister was there trying to fucking read.
That was very hard for me, that.
Right, where was I up to? I can't read.
I'm going to have to start from the beginning.
Are you really? Depressing times. She sat down on the ground for the longest time I watched you. What a perv. Your hatred for your fellow humans was what brought you to my attention. You've made me a very happy changeling. Is he Chinese? You've proven to be a great distraction from this. She looked up prison. Whatever she looked at, I couldn't see it. Sit. It's been a while since I've had company to talk to. Right,
So, here I was in a cave with this creature that could change into anything she wanted. Somehow, I'd end up in here with her. There was no point in arguing. For all I knew, she could have morphed into something big and terrible, then eat me. Or she could have just munched on me with like those canines.
Kinky!
A horse with canines. That is a cartoon. I had to pinch myself to remind me that this wasn't a dream. A few years ago in your world, a strange event took place. An individual from my world did something that, along with other combined factors, which most I cannot explain to you, so I won't, forced your world and mine to merge for a moment. In that moment, a being from my world came here. She looked at me. A man managed to find her, a human like yourself, and raised her as his daughter. Wait. A human brought up a cartoon. How the hell did he not get caught? I scratched my head. How long ago? He did not get caught because he understood the risk of if she was to be discovered. Fucking hell, I said that as if there was more to say in that sentence, but clearly fucking wasn't. Last full stop. He cared for her dearly, and as a result of his kindness, I learnt compassion. For 15 of your years, I watched him bring her up. For 15 years, with nothing but love between them two. Well, let's see. From a cold-hearted monster, I've warmed up quite a bit. I could tell you he was as miserable as you, only he knew it. He understood his loneliness and hated it. You, on the other hand, don't. Well, I watched them for amusement. I watched you for nourishment. She grinned at me when I said that. My spine tingled. I'm not miserable, I'm thickly happy. You might think you are, but I know the truth. That is why I brought you here, you see. You're the perfect candidate for a little experiment.
You can read as long as you want, but yeah.
I'm not bothered. If you want me to go on reading, I'll carry on.
Just stop when you want to.
I'm not bothered.
You brought me here. Now, not only was I scared, but skeptical. Could this day get any worse? Prison started sounding like a pretty good damn idea now. Your world does not have fucking... I can't English. Your world does not have magic inherent within it. I can only use magic close to certain points. You approached one such point after I coaxed you. I can use magic to influence certain things in your world, but only very subtly. Fucking English!
Possibly.
I can't fucking English, man.
I can't. Where are you up to?
But it seemed that fate had decided to bring you to me. So you're going to experiment on me. Can I just go to prison instead? She ignored my last question. As I was saying, I'm stuck between the two worlds, and I've been since that time years ago, and probably will always remain. A prison of my own choosing, but you have no restrictions. You have no friends that will miss you, no family that will care about you. You have a unique circumstance that makes you able to pass from your world without issue. The changeling grinned, her teeth glinting in the light, and I've somewhat become attached to you. That was a scary thought.
Are these fucking ponies?
What?
Yeah, I think yeah. I think yeah.
He isn't, I don't think. But she's somehow. Apparently she's a changeling. Whatever. How? Why? I knew the answer to the latter, but for some reason she became attached to me because of my loneliness and hatred for people. But I did not care. Who gives a shit if I like being alone? You know what? I see a lot of him in you. Who? But who is this crazy bitch talking about? You'll find out. That is, if you care to take a little bet with me. A bet. Look at that name drop. Since I cannot leave here and you can, and since you don't mind being alone, my bet is this. Find out the true meaning of friendship, and you can, and fucking what the fuck? Why can't you like speak like a normal person? My bet is this: find out the true meaning of friendship, and if you can, you'll stay with me forever. If you find friendship, I will let you go. You can go back to your sad life, running from the law. That doesn't seem too difficult. What's the catch? Difficulty, yeah. Me, please.
Oh no.
You see, there's something about us changelings that you should know. Usually we feed off the good feelings, such as happiness and joy. And the strongest of all, love. That all changed that fateful day years ago. Let me ask, have you ever seen the show? That kid's show, yes. Wait, no, I've seen it. I've not seen it, but I know of it. Why? Wait, I'm confused. What's that got to do with happiness and shit? And more importantly, what's this got to do with me? Well, that's where I'm from, that world, from that show. Bullshit!
Yeah.
And this person
Apparently.
sounds like Sean in a way.
You're telling me that there's a real world out there with these ponies running around, and yet I was talking to a black green-eyed pony monster thing calling herself a changeling. I groaned. My brain is broken, isn't it? No, it's not. You'll see. When the event took all those years ago, there was a danger that the two realities would collide, causing a... What the fuck is that word? Can say it? I'm pretty sure I can. Cataclysmic reaction that will... Well, I'm gonna get fined by React now, so don't worry about it. That would destroy both worlds. This was because the human and the other protagonist, let's say a certain saying called Pegasus, she saw the look on my face and smiled. Well, let's just say they had difficulty. I keep saying difficulty instead of difficult.
You fucking spaz!
You're a fucking weirdo, fuck off. Difficult choices to make. And in the end, he sacrificed everything for her. He died? No, he lived. You see, John. Do you mind me calling you John? I shook my head. She could call me whatever she wanted, she was the boss. Good. You see, John. When she, the Pegasus pony who I'm talking about, went back to my world, she was forced to close the portal between the two realities. This was a difficult decision, as it would forbid them from ever meeting each other once again. Was the man her lover? No. The man raised her up as his daughter, and that didn't matter to him if that she was another species, let alone a character from a children's show, but he still brought her up as he would his own daughter. And he loved her with everything he had. He still does, in fact. The changeling walked over to what looked like a kitchen and poured herself something that smelled like tea from something that looked like a teapot. She knows that tea is the best thing ever. While she was doing this, I noticed that her head had a horn that sort of a rhino. They realised and kicked me hard in the face. You're a unicorn? I didn't notice before because she was facing right at me, and with the lighting, or lack thereof, in this castle place, I sort of had no idea where I was. I couldn't see it. No, I'm a changeling. She replied without even the slightest hint that my question should have been ridiculous from the start. Now, where was I? Oh, where are my manners? Do you want some tea?
Not from you.
Roasted. She gave me a stern look. I mean, no thank you, ma'am. I grinned at her. I can't. I grinned that I made a mental note to be extra polite to the scary lady pony thingy. That's a word. Tongue twister. I was saying, the fucking hell. The man chose his new life over the old, although he did have a few regrets. The fact that he could be with his adopted daughter was enough to cancel them all. When the choice was made, the portals closed and it all was happy and fine. But you see, magic isn't so clean cut as that. It's not as all the powerful Celestia who closed the portals, or her councils, or nor her best student, or the Pegasus. She looked at me in the eyes and smiled, again with those teeth. I did. I closed them as much as they could be closed. Celestia, what is that? Not what, who. She's a godlike creature from my world, and she's an incredibly strong unicorn, far more powerful than me. She had enough power to rip through the two worlds, and when she found out the correct spells to manipulate, of course she could have done it. She couldn't have done it without me. The strangest thing is that I think the Pegasus has been to Earth before. Not the Pegasus, the princess has been to the Earth before. Your Earth. Information overload, I muttered. I'm trying to understand what you're talking about. I want to be honest, I have no fucking clue. I don't get it. So this super unicorn, she gave me a look. Just bear with me, okay? This super unicorn named Celestia. Celestia like celestial, without the last L. You're not dumb, John. Just completely clueless. He's got roasted. He just can't. Basically, he just can't. As much as I wanted to punch her, I knew that she probably had the ability to beat me senseless, so I just continued. So okay, this super unicorn Celestia came from the cartoon world and into this one, the real one, to take back some blue-coloured cartoon Pegasus and take them back to her world, where they both originally came for. Am I right so far? The changeling nodded. Then her dad and this human male went to the other world and now they live together. The changeling nodded again. That's great. That's fan-fucking-tastic. I'm going to get goosebumps just thinking about it. I exclaimed sarcastically. But what has any of that shit got to do with me? I'm just explaining how I came to be here. The changeling sniffed. You see, I've become a guardian of sorts. Celestia, or Princess Celestia as she's called in my world, isn't all as powerful as she thinks. She is strong, but only in certain types of magic. Oh, in others, she's as clueless as you, and that's saying something. I have a bad feeling where this is going, I muttered to myself. So you're guarding the bridge between the two worlds? Yeah, I played enough online fantasy games to know the lingo. Oh yes, I've been taking my duties rather seriously. I can go back to my world, but if I did, I'd die. As I was saying, I've become something of an anomaly. I've changed. Fancy that. A changeling that changes. If she heard me, she completely ignored it, because yeah. Before, I fed off love and happiness. I was actually near a town called Ponyville, feeding in the happy feelings of the ponies where this magical anomaly took place. Some sort of explosion that I got caught up in. The shockwave propelled me along with the Pegasus into our respective realities. While she broke through to your world, I never completely crossed, and I was found that I was stuck outside of both realities. Over time I found that I no longer hungered for good and happy feelings. It tasted disgusting to me. She made a face. But I was starving, so in desperation, I sought out sadness, anger, and most of all, hate. The spell had changed me. Now, because I eat those things instead, I've been found real... Fucking hell! I've begun to feel rather good for the most part. I no longer want to consume happy feelings of the ponies, but I malice the hatred from your world. There's plenty of it there. You were evil before, I guess, not really giving a shit about people. Not evil, just bad, I guess. You have to understand, changelings are part of a swarm. A type of hive mind in some ways. I did not really have any individual thought of the apart from finding nourishment. After I was brought here, my link to the swarm was broken. Anyway, I'm much more friendlier now. But because of my newly acquired appetite, I cannot return to my world. She looked at me. There isn't much sadness or hate there, I starved to death. Couldn't you just leave here and go there and return when you get hungry? There is no way to enter here from the other side unless someone opens a way. Let's just say this is a prison of my own device. I cannot survive in your world, I cannot survive in mine, therefore I must stay in this limbo. Good for you, I clapped a few times. She gave me a stern look. I have to stop doing that. Now onto the conditions of our little bet. The first is, you have 1 month to understand the true meaning of friendship. Not just an acquaintance, I mean true, deep understanding of what a true friend is. You cannot tell anyone you're a human. Not at all, trust me, I'll know. If someone happens to guess, you might run into a few. But it's your job to convince them otherwise. Else you'll lose the bet. I'll be watching you and those that know you, so be warned. 3. You cannot harm a changing at all. You cannot harm anyone. Doing so would incur the wrath of Celestia, and that's the last thing you'd want. 3 conditions. Find the true meaning of friendship. No one can know I'm human, and I cannot hurt any pony way. You don't mean, you can't mean, you aren't going to. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention, you're going to my world, not yours. And that was the catch. I wanted to kick myself, but if I didn't accept, be stuck here with her. For a moment I contemplated it, really I did. We wanted to stay, but the rest of me screamed I ought to get the fuck out of there ASAP. Wouldn't me being a human be obvious? She grinned, oh that's easily remedied. You're going to do something to me, right? You're going to change me into a pony, right? That is correct. I can't help but notice that I've had zero choice in the matter. Oh don't worry, since Celestia's closed off this world off, I've been able to really regulate the time between the two worlds. While 5 years have passed in my world, your world has only gone by 1 year. When you return, I can put you right back where you left off. You will have literally gone for hours from your reality, so don't worry. Oh, do I look worried about the passage of fucking time? Perhaps you're confusing my expression with pure abject horror. I wanted to cry. I don't want to be a pony. I'm afraid it has to be so. If Celestia sees a human, she'll know that the two worlds are completely separated, and nothing in both my world nor yours can pry it apart anymore than what has already been done. So, what will it be, John? Will you stay with me or continue this bet? Those are your choices. The changeling took another sip from her cup of tea and stared at me. I have a feeling I'm going to regret this, but I will go to your world. No offense, but you scare the shit out of me. She put the cup of tea down using her magic, or what seemed to be magic. Every time she did something, her horn would glow green, so I assumed it was magic. She walked over me and placed her horn on my head. This was going to hurt. A lot. And what happened next was no lie, it hurt a lot. I felt my body going to... What the fuck are these words?
Going into throes of convulsions. Say it.
What? I felt my body going throes of convulsions. My back twisted and turned as if someone had forced to break it in half. My hands now forced themselves into fists, and then from fists to what looked to be hooves. But not really hooves, were they? I don't know. For the next minute or two, the pain continued as every inch of my body yearned for it to stop. Then it was all done. I tried to stand up. I could do it, but it felt weird. I balanced my hands and hey, this was comfortable. Why? There, now you're a pony. You've got to be kidding me, I said. But there, I could see myself in the mirror that she had brought over. I wanted to cry again. Not bad. I've made you an earth pony, but I think you caused way much suspicion as a Pegasus or a unicorn, considering you'd never done magic or flown. I've also never been a pony, but thanks to your concern, I guess, although having magic does seem convenient. Do I have to put up with this agony again in a month's time? Unless you want to stay a pony, yes. I sighed. What else could I do? A magical, black, dangerous looking pony changeling was too badass for me. Fuck it, let's get this over and done with. Oh, and another thing, in addition to our agreement, no swearing. I won't be strict on that one, but you will refrain from being too explicit in your language, understood? Earth speak could lead you to breaking the second terms of our agreement. Fine, no swearing, give me a second. For the next 20 seconds or 30 seconds, I said as many profane and disturbing words as possible to get them out of my system. After my tirade, the changeling nodded. I'm going to open a portal now. I'll be dropping you off near the rim of a very, very dangerous forest near the town of Ponyville. When you step through the portal, you will be on your own. Fine. Wait, did you say very dangerous forest? Dangerous.